Hey, what's up YouTube? GOratha here. So today I league started a Volcanic Fissure. And a lot of people have been asking me, how did this skill go? Did you like the ability? Would you league start it again? And I thought I'd just make a video and let you guys know what I thought. And give you guys all the upsides, all the downsides, what I think you should do with the build, all the good stuff. So we had a collaboration with Zizren at the beginning of the league. If you guys didn't see that video, you should check it out. I'll link it in the description below. Yeah, let's get straight into it. The upsides. There's quite a few upsides to this build. Visually, it's extremely stunning. Like, it looks really good. The build is very clearly a new skill. You can really tell from the visuals. It feels great as well. Like, it can travel around walls. It feels like it was really built for the lead mechanic. Like, the lead mechanic has a bunch of walls you can hide behind. You can actually attack behind a wall and hit the monster, and they can't hit you. It's really nice, actually. It has a really nice old Molten Strike feel to it. You can kind of pre-stack on bosses before they're able to be damaged. You can attack from range, so that's a really big advantage as well. Overall, like, it's just mechanically super strong, and you can really tell it's a new skill. Scaling. So this build has a lot of potential, in my opinion. You can scale projectiles. There's additional projectile from Helm Enchant. The all quality has additional projectile, and it's the only all quality, so it's guaranteed. Point Blank is really strong in this character. 10 is really good. Versus stat stacking could probably be pretty strong in the end, like Hollow Palm, Bruce Lead Sprinkler. You can even go crit scaling with axes and like leadership with brittle. That could be pretty strong as well. But I do think the build has a lot of ways to scale with items, and that could be pretty interesting. However, there is one thing I do want to mention. It doesn't actually scale off faster projectile speed or slower projectile speed. I'm not sure if this is a bug, but yes, that is kind of a problem for overlapping. It's not going to be as good as we thought in terms of that, unfortunately. Because adjacent animosity and slower proj do not reduce the spread. And while there is a lot of upsides, there is a few downsides as well. I do want to be not biased on the ability and talk about some of the downsides too. So let's get into that. Visual clarity is poor. So while I said on the upside it looked pretty cool and it was good visually, there is a downside to that. It's freaking hard to see anything. Like, the clarity on this build is very poor. You can't see anything, especially once you have attack speed, which feels really good, by the way. You just can't see anything. There's balls everywhere, fire everywhere. Yeah, so there is that. The campaign. So this is not a racing ability. This ability is kind of slow. I'm not gonna lie, this was a little slow in the campaign. There's a couple reasons for that. Just the way it does damage is not super fast. Like, it's kind of delayed. You're like melee. And it doesn't have any flat damage on the gem itself, so it doesn't scale off levels. You kind of have to get a good weapon and like good gear, so it doesn't really scale that well in the campaign, which means it's a bit weak early on. And it has the downside of the rares being super tanky. So I noticed rares are really tanky this league. It does seem like they're kind of the same tankiness as last league, in my opinion, which means they have a lot of res, and we don't really have any pen early on, so we don't really have a way to handle that. It was a bit weak early on. The good news is I do think it will scale into the end game. I think it's going to be pretty good in the end game, but yeah, a bit weak early on in the campaign. It will scale really good, but it does need gear. Now for the POB. So I kind of want to talk about the POB. I have to be honest, like, literally nothing changed for me in the POB. I was following the POB completely. You just have to make sure you keep your precise technique up, like make sure your accuracy is higher in your life. I was struggling with that a little bit. I had Weathered Hunter early on to help with that, and I had the Mastery for more accuracy. We'll drop those later once you get the accuracy gear though, and it should all be good. Like I said before, adjacent animosity doesn't seem to work, so don't worry about less projectile speed. Increased AoE might be good later, or even reduced AoE. We'll have to see how that works with the spreading. And yeah, so I want to talk about the gear. I do want to talk about the links. So what I found to be the best so far is Trinity, GMP, Fists of War, Inspiration. And yeah, weapon elemental damage is really good as well. I'm using Inspiration for mana currently over weapon elemental damage, but that's what I would use for like the 5 and 6 link. And yeah, in conclusion, I would say the skill is very good. However, I would not recommend league starting it. It has a lot of potential to be very good in game with a lot of scaling options like Hollow Palm, Bruce Lead Sprinkler, Leadership Strice. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It just doesn't have like good damage early on. It's the main issue with it. also very visually cluttery, so if you don't like builds that you can't see anything, this is probably not the build for you. But overall, I'm enjoying it and I'll continue playing it. If you guys want to follow along, I'll be playing it on twitch.tv/GOratha. So yeah, if you guys want to follow along, and I hope you guys enjoy this quick video. I'm going to keep it short because I do want to get back and start grinding some more. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time.